In Ms. Lisa Mahana's third grade class, administrators conduct a classroom observation, while students engage in activities that help them understand that shapes have different and shared attributes, including number of sides and number of angles.
Yesterday, in math, we were learning about geometry. We made shapes out of squares, and we cut the squares on the diagonal line. And we turned them into triangles. We had 4 triangles, and you had to make shapes out of the 4 triangles. So we've been working on attributes of shapes. So they're going to choose an attribute. They're going to sort the shapes. They have to explain and justify how they sorted. Then I'm going to sort the shapes with a mystery attribute, and they have to guess my rule. So you're going to be prepared to explain how you sorted the shapes, and you are going to use this sentence frame to explain. The attribute we used to sort our shapes was, as soon as I put your bag, you get your whiteboards and go to your space and start sorting. Group 1, go get started. Group 2, team captain.
We can see them all. It's 4. What categories?
You may use your highlighters and your pencils to write on the shapes, if that's helpful to you.
Some are trapezoids, some are parallelograms, some are rectangles, and some are triangles. And so let's write on our boards the attribute we used to sort our shape.
Did you guys decide on your attribute?
Yes.
What was it?
Size. Here's 4. 5 angles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I agree with you. Wait, hold on. Is that an angle right there? I don't think so. Me either.
Ms. Mahana calls her class together so that they can check each other's work.
The attribute we used to sort our shapes was sides. So we did parallel and non-parallel.
We had a debate, didn't we?
Yes.
You and I were debating because you were trying to prove to me that a certain set of sides was parallel, and then I was not convinced.
I thought that this would be parallel to this, but then when we used our ruler, I found out that they do touch. We sorted the angles by how many angles the shape have. After we counted the angles, we all agreed how many angles there were, and then we made a pile for them, and we put in that pile.
After each group has had a chance to explain their sorting process, Ms. Mahana gathers the class together again to test their mastery of shape attributes.
So now we're going to play Guess My Rule. I chose an attribute, and I'm going to sort the shapes. And if you think you know what attribute I am using to sort my shapes, you can't say anything. So all the shapes that are in this group are going to have one attribute the same. It's going to be difficult until I start putting more in a group. Okay, and I think this one needs to go here. So all of these shapes have one attribute the same. Thumbs up if you think you know. Mason, you prepared to come put this one in the proper category? If you know my rule, then you should be able to do it. You might know. Okay. This is the crazy fox-eared one. Who thinks they know where it's going to go? You think you know? What is she doing? What attribute do you think she's looking at? You're right. We just have one more shape in the bag. Write it on your whiteboard. On your mark. Get set. Showdown. What was my rule? Write down the attribute on your whiteboard that you think, which attribute was I using? Showdown. And the rule, the attribute I was using was sides. So something that you already know is that shapes that have 3 sides are called a triangle.
Ms. Mahana concludes with a discussion about the vocabulary used to describe the number of sides of polygons.
And what does penta mean? What does this beginning of the word pentagon mean? 5. What do we call a shape that has 6 sides? It's okay if it doesn't get spelled perfectly. We're going to learn how to spell it perfectly in just a moment. Are you ready? On your mark, get set, showdown. You got it. It's a hexagon. Now you're going to go to your seat. Autumn is going to pass out an exit ticket. On the exit ticket, you are going to circle 1 quadrilateral. I felt it went very well. The learning objective was from geometry to be able to identify attributes of shapes and to recognize how they can be sorted into categories. I was really impressed with the way the students were able to work together and come up with strategies to record what they were doing.
There's 1 side, 2, 3, 4, and then 5.